becoming a scientist, which you were before that, over 20 years, no, in Tibet.
40 years now.
40 years, yeah. Incredible. I mean, after 40 years, what would you think that we in the rest of the world could benefit more from looking at your research and at your experience? I mean, what would you tell if you have the opportunity to do it, if you want to, of course?
I think to inner freedom from these mental poisons of hatred, jealousy, arrogance, obsessive desire, and the altruism and compassion that comes out of that. I think that's what humanity needs most. We need a more compassionate society. Otherwise we are heading for a complete catastrophe. I mean, there's no other way. I mean, even in evolution, it's no more the time of tribes that fight each other, and one winner, one loser. Now we're all interdependent. So unless we cooperate, we are all losers. But we can be all winners. So that depends upon generating a more compassionate society. There's no other way.
And what do we mean by compassionate society?
We have consideration for others. We care for others. Look at the economy. I mean, all those scandals and crises came from too much greed. People not clearly caring, deeply caring for the savings of those they were manipulating. Why the quality of life declines? Why there is such a gap north-south? Why there are all this poverty and all that, though the world could easily remedy to that with all the resources we have. It's lack of consideration for the moment, for the quality of life. Why are we damaging irremediably our environment? It's lack of consideration for future generations. So the altruism is the only thread that could deal with the present, the mid-term and the long term. So it's not just an idealistic utopian idea for Boy Scouts. It's absolute need now. We cannot dispense ourselves from increasing our sense of universal responsibility and more consideration for others.
This will most probably lead us to huge reforms in our system of education.
It has to.
It has to, no?
But it's for the good of everyone. I mean, education, I'm not a parent, although I have 40 humanitarian projects and I have 15,000 kids that would build school for them. But so I know a little bit about dealing with kids.
Yeah.
And what do we hope when we educate some children? That to make good human beings, people who are happy in life, not people who are depressed and commit suicide. So is it enough to develop intelligence and to fill the brain with information without any development of human quality? I mean, it seems that we want education to make balanced, good persons, and education seems to be interested in everything except that. So there's something that's deeply missing in that.
What you are suggesting is that we should probably not to be so worried about academic contents and be a little bit more worried about human qualities needed to be happy.
You know, we are just cultivating tools. Intelligence is a tool, information is a tool, and the tool can be used in a constructive way, in a destructive way, or can be wasted. So you can use a hammer to build a house, to destroy a house, and you can waste a hammer by leaving it in a drawer and never using it. So a tool in itself, without an intention, without an attitude, without some value, is just nothing.
Can I ask you for an advice? I mean, yeah, I know one of the great discoveries of contemplation, of Buddhism, has been to perfection the attention, the first phase of knowledge. Let's say, to get your attention into something. How should I go about to improve my process of attention?
Well, that is true, because even you want to cultivate, say, altruism, if your mind is always distracted, then you are not going to cultivate anything. So, what is the opposite of attention? The mind is focused on something, then one thought comes, or some sound comes, or symptom, and then it goes here and there.
Yeah.
And even you see, mind is restless monkey. Monkey mind is going like that. Neurons are chattering, gossip of the neurons.
Yes.
So you need a little bit of mind that is more calm and more clear and more stable. Otherwise you cannot do anything with it. Otherwise it's like you are with a hammer and it's shaking all the time. So you need to somehow use an object of concentration.
That's it.
So to stabilize the mind. So it's not for good, but it's just a tool. It's not the ultimate goal, but you need a tool that works. So you can focus on anything, an object, a flower, a mental image. But the quite useful idea is to, because your mind is not trained. So unless you persevere,
You will
never learn anything.
Yeah.
So instead of having regret or feeling guilty, oh I'm no good, this is more distraction. For just the moment you you find that you have been distracted, okay, fine, go back on the breathing, and then if you do that for a certain time, and repeat that from time to time, then you'll see the mind will be more quiet, more clear, and you can use that little bit more flexible mind to then cultivate altruism, compassion, or whatever.
Fantastico. Yeah. Very good. Thank you so much, Matthieu. That's marvelous. Yeah.
All right.